opportunity and greet everybody in here. My name is, as been said, I'm Scelo Mncube. Just to be on point, I'm a product of rape. My mother was raped and I was conceived. My mother passed away in 2006, I was 14 years. And then after she passed away, we were evicted where we were staying because we found out that she was renting the place for 14 years. And then the owner of the place came and then said, because we are failing to pay the rent, he is forced to kick us out. And then the two sisters that are my siblings, they were taken by their families and nobody came to take me. And then I became a street kid from 2006 till 2010, full time. So 2008, because I was dropping out of school, getting in back, being absent for a number of days, number of weeks. 2008 November, we were about to write examinations. I was attending at Bizweni High School at Milazi. The principal came to me and said, my son, we've got a problem here. Since ever you joined the school, you've never paid your school fees. You don't wear proper uniform. Your parents never attended any meetings. We don't understand, and we will have a problem when you have to write your examinations. And then I told the principal that the reason of all these problems, it is because I'm an orphan, number one. Number two, I'm a street kid, and I sleep at a filling station. I don't have a place to sleep. So the principal said, can you go home and collect maybe something that is evidence that you don't have parents so that we can assist you? I was forced to go back to one of my sister's place to look for my mother's documents. They gave me my mother's file. I was looking for a death certificate. So while I was going through the death certificate, the file, looking for a death certificate, a brown envelope fell down. Bear in mind, my mother passed away in 2006, and I was looking for the file 2008. And then while I was going through the file, a brown envelope fell down. And then I put the file away, I picked up the envelope. And then something said to me, maybe there is money inside here, because I wanted something that will make me not be out of school, because that is where I was able to run away to. So when I was turning the letter, preparing to open the envelope, I came across words that were written on the envelope saying I was raped and you were conceived. And those words changed my life. I cried, and then my conscience asked, why are you crying? Because you haven't read the letter. But two things that made me cry. Number one, the letter was written in my mother's handwriting. Number two, I've seen the families of my sisters, their father's side. I've never met my family of my father's side. I opened the letter. To my surprise, it was not a long written letter. It was only a 4-sentences letter. The first sentence was saying, my son, if you find this letter, it is there to give you your emotional freedom. Sentence number two was saying, the reason I failed every time to answer you when you asked who your father was, it is because I was raped and you were conceived. Sentence number three was saying, I tried to abort you on the 5th month, but I failed because I was caught. And as a result, when I gave back to you prematurely, you didn't come out with your head. Instead, you came out with your feet. I chose not to wear socks so that people can see. I came out with my feet. The fourth sentence, the most painful one, and trying to deal with it each and every day, was saying, the surname that you are using, Mncube, is not your surname. It is not my surname as well, but my stepfather's surname. Meaning that my mother passed away not knowing her surname. He was using her stepfather's surname. He chose to give me that surname. I'm 27 years old today using a surname of a man that I don't know how I'm connected with. That was the letter that nearly killed me.
All right, Mr. Scelo, go ahead. So I'm going to call him Zalangata, and now let's listen to his story.